Stud spacing in carpentry isn't just some random thing. There are actual building codes that tell you how far apart your studs gotta be depending on where you live and what kind of structure you're putting up. So, most places stick to either 16 inches or 24 inches on center for stud spacing, but it's not always one size fits all. You gotta check your local building codes, because some spots have rules that change based on how much snow or wind the area gets, which makes sense for safety. If you ignore those rules, your project might fail inspection, which nobody wants. When you get your plans, they usually mention what spacing to use, but if not, ask your inspector or check the municipal guidelines online. Also remember that different walls might need different spacing. Like exterior walls usually need to be stronger, so closer studs, and if you're working on a load-bearing wall, tighter spacing might be required to handle the extra weight. Always use a tape measure and mark your studs carefully before framing so you don't end up with uneven gaps or weak spots. Keeping consistent spacing is key, not just for safety, but also for hanging drywall or other finishes later. It makes everything fit better and look cleaner. One of the biggest mistakes people make with stud spacing is not knowing their local building codes and just guessing, which can lead to failed inspections or unsafe walls that don't hold up in bad weather. Fix this by always looking up your region's official code or talking to a building inspector before you start framing. Another common issue is mixing up measurements and spacing studs unevenly. This messes with structural integrity and drywall installation. Double-check measurements with a reliable tape measure and mark every spot clearly before nailing anything. Lastly, people sometimes forget that certain walls, like load-bearing ones or those in snowy or windy areas, need closer stud spacing. Ignoring this can cause serious problems down the line, so make sure you're aware of where those walls are and adjust your spacing accordingly. BigHomeProjects.com is a great spot for homeowners who want to find skilled local contractors without the headache of endless searching. It also helps contractors connect with real clients looking for trusted pros to get their projects done right.